Alright, Chemistry, Unit 9, Lesson 10. So, on Wednesday we talked about boiling point elevation. Today we're talking about freezing point depression. Freezing point depression, it means it goes down. It doesn't mean it needs professional help. So, the temperature difference between a pure solvent's freezing point and the freezing point of solution is the freezing point depression. Alright, it means when you add stuff to a liquid, the temperature it freezes at goes down. It depresses, not elevates. So if you have water, it freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. And if you add stuff to it, it freezes at a lower temperature. So if you add salt to ice, instead of freezing at 0, it might freeze at -2, -5, -10, which is why we add salt to ice in the winter on the roads, right? Because it might be -2 outside. Well, the water on the road should be frozen. Well, it's -2, and you add enough salt, the water will stay liquid to, say, -3, and then the water will liquefy and run off the road and then won't freeze there. Very helpful. So we can calculate exactly how much salt we need to add to get it to where we want, or we can calculate that if we add this much salt, what will the new freezing point be? All right, this is very useful in Iowa. It's used by all sorts of people, not just chemists, civil engineers, city workers, that sort of thing. So real-life chemistry right here, freezing point depression, use it for the rest of your life. You're going to deal with it the rest of your life as long as you live in God's country, that is to say, Iowa. So water's freezing point is 0 Celsius, and its Kf is 1.86. So the change in freezing temperature is equal to the constant of freezing times molality. We only care about water. So the change in water's freezing point is equal to 1.86 times the molality of the solution. So let's do a practice problem. So what is the freezing point of a 0.15 molal, because it's molality, not molarity, aqueous solution of sodium chloride? Well, delta Tf equals Kf times m. Well, in this case, our m is 0.15. Our molality is 0.15. So delta Tf equals Kf times 0.15 molal. Well, what's the Kf? Well, water's Kf is 1.86. It's a constant. It's always 1.86. So delta Tf equals 1.86 times 0.15 molal. Plug it in, put it in your calculator, and you get 0.279 degrees Celsius. That means the change in the freezing point is 0.279 degrees Celsius. That's the change in the freezing point, not the new freezing point. Because if that was a new freezing point, that'd be above 0, but that's crazy because freezing point depresses. So the new freezing point, not the change in freezing point, the new freezing point is the original freezing point, which is 0, minus 0.279 degrees Celsius. And so the final answer, the new freezing point, is 0. Sometimes I sit here at my desk with a plan, and sometimes the quarantine gets to me and my words get all mixed up, but that's probably not quarantine, that's probably just me. So, final answer, the new freezing point of the water, negative 0.279 degrees Celsius, done. That's it. So, all you have to do is take your Kf times your molality to get how much the freezing point depresses, and then you take 0 minus that number, and you're done. At least for water, which is all we care about when it comes to freezing points, because I don't know the last time you froze anything other than water, you tell me. Food's not a liquid. Okay, so that's how you do a freezing point depression. Alright, you will find your homework, if we look here, you'll find it on OnCampus in the Assignments tab. This one is Unit 9.10 homework, Unit 9.10, what a life, freezing point depression. Alright, you'll click on it. It's due May 6th, which is next Wednesday, at midnight. Do it before midnight. Holy cow. I put 11:59 because due at midnight makes you think, well, is it due Tuesday night or Wednesday night? So it's 11:59 on Wednesday. You'll want to get in there. It's multiple choice. Just calculate it. It should take you 5 to 10 minutes. And that's it. That's all we're going to do with freezing point depression. So this week we covered boiling point elevation and freezing point depression. Those are colligative properties. We're going to do a little bit more with that next week. And that's it. So stay on top of your homework. If you haven't completed all of your homework assignments, get them done. Screenshot the ones that are late and send them to me, and I'll put them in the gradebook. that goes for the discussions, the Google multiple choices, and the on-campus multiple choices, and the on-campus input the answer. So all of them. Just do it and send me a screenshot. If you're having trouble, send me an email. All right, and I'll see you next week.